Welcome to Hardwired McLean. This is your boy Brando with Safestreet, an authorized dealer of ADT and owner and operator of Advantage View Solutions. In this episode, I'm going to walk you through how to install 3 outdoor cameras at a beach home. These are the cameras I'm referring to. And let's go over some of the specs of why these are the primary cameras we use for ADT. The Google Outdoor camera is managed by the Google Home app. It's weather resistant, 24/7, 60-day recording, night vision, emergency calling, AI-powered familiar face detection, and two-way talk. Before beginning the install, we need to find the Google Home app, download it, and create a home, and then program our cameras. Then we'll be ready to start the install. Let's locate our Google Home and go ahead and open the app. At the top right corner, you hit the plus symbol and we'll go to device. Now let's say scan QR code. Then we'll go ahead and flip our device over and scan the QR code. If you don't have the QR code, instead hit the plus symbol, select add device, select search for device, confirm our home. Once our search is complete, we're going to select the one that matches our device. You can verify this by checking the last 4 digits of the serial number on the device. Once confirmed, select the device and hit next. Now it's time to enter our 6-digit setup code that can be found below the serial number on the device. Hit next and then next. Choose our home. If you're dealing with multiple cameras, match them up by the code that's on them. We're going to hit next. And agree to the terms and conditions, the user guidelines, and the privacy guidelines. Ooh, yes, I'm in. We'll go ahead and connect to Wi-Fi. Select our Wi-Fi and hit next. Insert password and hit connect. Hit next, and now we're going to name our device. Either choose from the list provided, or you can hit custom and put in your own. We're going to go ahead and put in a custom. Now we must wait for it to download some updates. See, we got the green light. We're skipping through the installation guide. Select indoor outlet and hit next. Next. Keep hitting next until we get to video history. Once there, toggle video on and hit next. Then we want both microphone and audio selected. Then hit next. Select familiar face, then select our camera, then hit next. Verify our camera is being monitored by ADT, then hit next. No, thank you. Once the camera finishes this process, it'll be programmed and viewable through your Google Home. Now we can start the install process. This was a unique install because there was a specific outlet inside a closet where the homeowner wanted the step-down transformer placed so they would be out of visible view. Remember, the step-down transformers is what powers the cameras. Here I'm cutting the inside of the outlet in question to make room to run the power lines through the stud in the top of the wall in the attic. Down into the outlet. We prefer to use interior walls so we don't have to battle the insulation. This is a unique install in many ways because at this time I didn't realize that the HVAC runs are in the way of the stud that I needed to drill into that's in the attic. And here I'm using my interior wall camera to make sure there's nothing in the way. Here we can see it's mostly a clear cavity. The only issue we have to contend with is at the very top here. There is an outlet box we got to be wary of. Other than that, it's completely clear. Here I'm drilling my through hole, realizing I'm on the wrong side of the stud because the HVAC run is in the way. This is where you have to improvise and still meet the customer standards. Now we're grabbing our chain and feed it down through the through hole to our outlet. You can scoop this chain up at a Home Depot. It's 9 feet worth. It's the smallest chain they make, and it's less than $5. It's perfect for wire retrieval. Because the stud is in the way here, and the HVAC run is also in the way, we gotta go to the right of that stud with this through hole. We're gonna use our magnet to retrieve the chain so we can attach our wire to it. Reach in there, grab the chain, and pull it out. Now we know we're using the same outlet to power all 3 cameras, so we're gonna attach all 3 wires to the chain at once. Here you can see I have 2 of the wires attached to the chain. We're gonna go ahead and attach our last wire now. We're simply looping it through and then wrapping it around the other wires, making sure that they're securely bound as tightly as possible. This is because when we pull it up through the through hole we made in the attic, we don't want it to get caught there. We want to smooth the transfer into the attic. Okay, so this looks good like this.
Now we're going to go ahead and feed the excess back into the cavity of the wall so we're not fighting so much to pull the wire up and into the attic. Now let's head back up in the attic. Now we're simply retrieving our chain, pulling it all the way up through and pulling those wires into the attic and getting them ready for the next stage. We're going to unbound the wire from our chain and then tie them off into the attic. It should look like this. We got them tied off and at the ready. Now we drilled our through hole into the soffit, which typically leads into the attic. But in this case, we see there's more wood here that we got to drill through. I pulled this down here and proceeded to make my through hole. This was extremely hard wood, and I had to use my hammer drill to get through. Got two of our glow rods connected together. We're going to attach our wire to the end, and we're going to just shove it up into that through hole we made. Try to do this with just one hand. Alright, I'm going to attempt to run two of them. I got another set of glow rods put together. I'm going to try to run two wires through the same through hole at the same time. We'll see how this works out. And we don't have to make another trip in the attic after this. Alright, it's mostly working. This one got bound up in there. So hopefully we can reach them easily. We have a rod here. We got a hook on it. So we don't have to crawl so deep in the corner. Hopefully we can get it with that. This worked well. We were able to run all three wires through the same through hole exiting the house and to their respective locations. Now we'll return the attic to splice wire. Each wire will be spliced to the wire that runs to its specific step-down transformer. Here's a demonstration video. Proceed to splice our wires together.
Red on red and black and black.
Okay. Add our beanies and crimp them down. To mount the cameras, we'll put the base plate on first and fasten it down with 2 screws. Next, we'll strip the endings to our wires, preparing them to be spliced to our Google camera. Next, we'll twist our red wires together and then add our beanie to it and then crimp it down. We'll repeat the process with the black wire, tie them together, apply our beanie, and then crimp them down. Should look like this when you're finished with it. Now we're going to go ahead and feed the excess wire up into the soffit, leaving behind about 6 inches of it, giving us some breathing room to adjust the camera. Push the base of the camera up into the mounting plate and turn clockwise to lock into place. Once seated, adjust it to your desired position. It's on a magnetic base, so it's easy to adjust. And here you can see it in its final positioning. If we walk behind it here, you can see it gets a really nice wide view. It's going to get all of this right here. And for the remaining 2 cameras, you can see here, we close the soffit back up and we have them running inside the seam to the camera locations. I found my through spot to give me access in the attic. And I mainly just ran it inside the seam of the trim down to the locations that we're going to be running our camera, since there's no attic access from the side of the house. Cut our excess wire. Trip. I'm using 4 wire here, so I'm trimming off the wires I won't be using. And as you can see, I'm preemptively stripping the wires, getting them ready to be spliced to the camera. As before, we're going to finish drilling our mounting plate on with 2 fasteners. Splice our wires together. Attach our beads. And crimp them down. Red to red and black to black. Repeating the process of feeding the excess wire up and through the through hole, adjusting the camera appropriately, leaving the 6 inches of space, pushing the base of the camera up into the mounting bracket, and turning clockwise to lock it into place. And position it appropriately. And here's what it looks like standing back a bit. Looks good. This last camera proved extremely more difficult. We had to come in, clear on this side of the end of this house, wrap along the seams all on the inside, past that camera, looped around here, inside this seam, and all the way to here. We got it done, stripped out, we're going to splice it, and then proceed to mount the camera. We're gonna make a through hole here so we can tuck our excess wire up in there behind the base plate. Simply drilling a through hole here so we can hide any excess wire. All right, we got it spliced. Now we're shoving the excess wire up into the soffit. Like so. There we go. Push all the way up in there. Seat the camera and turn it clockwise to lock into place. All right, we got that seated in position, in the direction that we like. All that's left is attach our 3 wires here to our 3 step-down transformers, and then plugging them into our 6-point step-down or 6-point outlet adapter, and giving them power. And we'll be ready to rock. Remember, red to positive and black to negative. Well, you see, I got all of them hooked up now and ready to go. Let's install our outlet adapter. Like so. We're just going to stuff the excess wire back in here and cover this back up as much as possible. And the end result looks nice and neat. Hit like and subscribe for more videos like this. And if you're interested in home security, feel free to reach out to me for a quote or for more information. Our services are available all over America.